Morning, welcome back to another weekly vlog. We are getting closer and closer to Christmas and I am still not organised at all. I had a mini panic yesterday because I was like, oh my god, it's like 10 days until Christmas Eve and I've not done what I need to do. I kind of started early this year as well, and then things have just gone downhill because other stuff has kind of taken priority. But anyway, I have a Christmas jumper on, another one today. This one is from Triton's Treasures, which they've got an Instagram account and then they open their shop at like regular intervals. So I'll link that down below because I don't think they've got this one anymore, but they have so many nice like Disney tops and jumpers and jewellery and things like that as well. So yes, I do like this one a lot. I don't think I've got a massively busy week this week. I've got a council meeting this evening which is on Zoom because, you know, nothing's going ahead in person. I've got a call with a physio tomorrow afternoon about my leg because I think my GP has referred me back since I saw my surgeon about my leg. He said that I should start doing physio again. I'm just not sure if my GP has referred me to the right physio service, because the one she's referred me to, I know that they don't do post-surgery physio. I don't know whether this would still be counted as post-surgery because it's been a year, but also I think they can only offer 6 sessions and I really don't think that's going to be enough, but I'll talk to them tomorrow and see what they think. Wednesday we will have Noah, but he's got it's his Christmas party at his preschool. He doesn't normally go in on a Wednesday, but because it's their party he can go in, so I think he's going to go in for like an hour and a half in the morning. So I don't know how much time we'll have to actually do stuff with him. We have got an idea of something we want to do. We just need to wait and see what timings are like, basically. Thursday, I haven't got anything on, so my mum and I might go to a garden centre because we'd quite like to do that before Christmas. And then Friday, I've got a phone appointment with my leg surgeon, which I'm pretty nervous about, to be honest, because I don't know, I just feel like I'm in limbo at the moment. The last appointment I had with him wasn't brilliant news. He was going to talk to a knee surgeon, so I'm just hoping that he's kind of got a bit more of a plan for me. So I've got that, and then in the evening I'm going to hopefully do a group watch with my friend Lydia on Disney Plus, because I think we're going to watch Noel, which is a Christmassy film. I just need to work out how to actually set up the group watch feature on Disney Plus because I haven't ever done it before, but we thought we'd give that a try instead of having a call this week. And then I don't think I've got anything on at the weekend at all, so I just need to get on with ordering presents, writing cards, all that kind of stuff, and hopefully get myself a little bit more prepared for Christmas. The Christmas tree is now in the lounge. That came in from the garden yesterday. My mum spent a while just like giving the lounge a good like hoover and dust and everything, moving things around so that that's got a space now to go. So hopefully we can start decorating that and getting some more decorations out. So yeah, hopefully this week will be a kind of preparation for Christmas week. I am just finishing editing a weekly vlog. I need to finish doing a description on one that had gone up a bit back. I couldn't fit it all in the description, so I need to put some in the comments. And then, depending on if I've got time, I then need to start editing another video. So that's my plans for this morning. And then, yeah, once I've done that, I'll go and have some lunch. So it's quite a lot later in the day now. I did quite a bit of editing and stuff this morning, had some lunch and then had a bit of a nap before my council meeting this evening. And that's all done now. I just thought I'd open this before I do anything else. So we're on day number 14, which is up here. So we have got peppermint, let's just open it up a bit better, there we go. Peppermint and licorice, a sweet and deliciously refreshing thrill. Haven't tried that one, so that should be nice. I do like peppermint tea, never had it with licorice before though, so I don't know how different that will taste. And it says, minty cool, sweet with delight, the perfect post-festive treat. Good morning. it seems to have been a day of phone calls so far today. So I got up and everything, had my breakfast, and then I had to phone the doctors because I'm just having so much trouble getting a prescription. Basically, one of my medications, which is called Nalcrom or sodium chromoglicate, I take it for mast cell activation disorder, and there's been a lot of stock issues. Basically, like, there's been no stock. So we were looking into importing it, and that turned out it was going to cost an absolute fortune. And then my pharmacy said that they had got their hands on 4 boxes. I don't know how, but they did. And so I needed my GP to do another prescription for it. So I asked the GP, I got a phone call, not the weekend just gone, but the weekend before that, to say that they were putting it through to the pharmacy. So my mum went down a few days later to pick it up, and the pharmacy said that they hadn't got the prescription. So I then did an e-consult, because that seems to be pretty much the only way you can get to speak to somebody, saying it doesn't seem to have gone through, can you do it again? That was meant to, I was meant to get a reply to that by Monday evening, and I still hadn't heard anything. So I rang this morning to kind of say what was happening, because I can't seem to get this prescription sorted. Waited on the phone for quite a long time, but I did manage to get through to somebody. But the person that I spoke to just didn't, I don't know whether they just didn't really seem to care, or they didn't seem to really know like what to do. I don't know, they just didn't seem to be very with it, and like I was trying to explain, and they just, I don't know, they just weren't really being very communicative, which isn't great for a secretary. But eventually they said that they would chase it up and look into it. So I'm going to give that a day, and if I still haven't heard anything, then I think I might try emailing them and see if that helps. But it's so frustrating because I know the medication's there and I need it, but I don't know what else to do. So I've done that. I then got a phone call from my leg surgeon's secretary, or the appointments person, I don't quite know who they are, saying, oh, we've booked you in to have an x-ray on Thursday. So I was like, okay, where? And they said, oh, it's up at UCLH in London. And I was like, but my appointment's on Friday and it's a phone appointment so that I don't have to travel up to London. I can't, I'm not coming up to London to have an x-ray. It's just silly, like, especially because London's gone into tier 3, or going into tier 3. It just seems like a really silly thing to do for me to go up there just to have a simple x-ray. And plus also I don't have the energy or the time to like go up to London. You know, the reason we made my appointment with my surgeon a phone appointment was so that I didn't have to go up to London. And so I'm not going up to London for an x-ray. So I said, well, look, I was like, I'm not actually local to London. Can we not get it done at my local hospital instead? So she was very nice and everything, and said she's going to go away and see if they can do that. So fingers crossed they can, because yeah, I'm not going up to London for an x-ray. It just seems pointless. If I can't see my surgeon in person because of COVID, then I just don't think I should really be going up to London for something that can be done locally. So we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, it's been a bit, I don't know, I'm just getting stressed out this morning. I then had another phone call, didn't recognise the number, so I picked it up because I just wasn't sure who it was going to be, and it was a spam call basically saying, oh, we've heard you've been in a car accident that wasn't your fault. And I was like, well, no, because I haven't been able to drive for over a year, so, you know, it's not. And then she comes back and she says, well, when was the accident? And I was like, there was no accident. And she comes back and she says, well, perhaps it was one of your family that had an accident. And I was like, no, none of my family have had an accident. And then she was like, came back again, she was like, well, perhaps one of your friends has had an accident. And I was like, I just went, I haven't got any friends. And then she went really quiet and then hung up. And I was like, really? Like, how far like away from me do you want to get? You know, what if I said, yeah, one of my friends had an accident? Like, what would happen then? But yeah, just wasn't what I needed. And I know I could have just hung up, but I thought, you know, let's just go with it. So anyway, yeah, I'm waiting back for a couple of phone calls. I have put a weekly vlog up on YouTube, and I've just started editing another video. We have got Noah today, but he's at preschool, so he won't be back for a little while. This evening, or like 5:30, I've got a phone call with a physio for the first time. I'm just intrigued as to how this is going to go, because I'm not really sure whether they've referred me to the right one. I said this yesterday. So yeah, I'm trying to go in open-minded, but it's difficult because what they have referred me to the physio for is based on the fact that they think I've got this complex regional pain syndrome, and I just really don't agree with that diagnosis. It doesn't fit with my symptoms. I've got friends that have got it, and it's just the symptoms just seem to be very different, and I just don't agree. But anyway, we shall see. I've got that, and I'm speaking to my surgeon on Friday, hopefully, so we'll see what he's got to say. But yeah, I'm just going to get on with doing some editing and stuff. I haven't really got anything else interesting on today, unfortunately. Good evening. I don't know where the days are going at the moment. Like, I film in the morning, and then it's nearly like, I don't know, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and I'm like, where is the day gone? I haven't filmed, and I'm not doing very well at this, so I apologise. It just, I don't know about you, but I just feel like I'm kind of, well, I was going to say stuck in a Christmas bubble, but I don't mean like the nice kind necessarily. I feel like I'm in a bit of a Christmas stress bubble at the moment, but hopefully we will move into the nice Christmas bubble at some point. But yeah, I don't know, it's just been a bit of a busy day. I don't know, like I was doing my editing this morning, got a video edited and that's exporting, so I'm happy with that. Had some lunch. Noah got back from preschool, spent a little bit of time with him, and then I had a video call with the new physio that I have been referred to for my leg. That was quite a long call because obviously we kind of had to start from the beginning again. He'd got the letter from the surgeon, but he wanted me to just explain kind of stuff from the start, so I kind of explained it all to him. Had to go through my medication list, past history, all of this kind of stuff, and he asked me first of all he asked me if I could like show him like where it hurt. So I've got my laptop and I'm like trying to balance it like down my legs and then like point to my knee, which was not very dignified at all, but I'm sure they're used to it. And then he asked me what I thought the problem was, and what I thought needed like to happen for it. And I remember being asked a similar question by a doctor years ago when I first started like getting problems with my health. Like, they asked me what I thought the problem was, and I thought it was a really weird question to ask somebody, because I was like, well, you're the doctor, like you're meant to tell me what the problem is. But over the years, I've had a few like doctors and health professionals ask that question, and actually, like now with retrospect, I quite like that question, because I think, one, it gives a health professional an idea of like what you're thinking and where you are kind of at with whatever it is, like whatever the problem is, and also it might bring something up that they hadn't thought of, which might be quite good. But also I just think it's nice for them to ask you what your opinion is, and for you to feel like you're part of your care, even if your opinion isn't necessarily correct. It's nice to be asked and to just feel like they're listening to you. So I said to him that I thought that the problem was the rotation of my lower leg, because it literally feels like my knee is being twisted. And I said that I wasn't sure how much physio would be able to do and whether it would need surgery. And he kind of said that even if it does need surgery might not be like the quick fix that I'm hoping for, which is very true. And I do know that. It's just sometimes you kind of hope for the best, don't you, of it? You know, you kind of hope, you know, maybe they'll do surgery and it will fix things. So he said that even if surgery is needed at some point, that it was a good idea to try and kind of do some physio and get it moving a bit, well, as much as we can, because you want to put yourself in a good position for physio. So yeah, he's asked me to go in to see him in person next Tuesday. He was really nice about it, and he said, obviously, like, based on your history, your medical history, you are at higher risk of COVID. So he said it's completely up to you if you feel comfortable coming in or not. If you don't, we'll just have to continue virtually and do what we can. But he said it's up to you, and I said that I'm happy to come in. It's not a hospital-based physio, so it's like it's a private physio that the NHS kind of put out to some of their patients, basically. That I guess they pay them and then they can use them. So it's in a completely separate building to the hospital, and you know, they've got all of their measures in place and everything. So I feel as okay going there as I would going to Next or a garden centre. In fact, I probably feel better about going there than I would going to Next or a garden centre. So yeah, I'm going to go and see him in person next Tuesday. He said, he said, could you wear shorts when you come? And I was like, it's December. He was like, yeah, you can put trousers over the top of them, but he said it would help if you had shorts on so that we can like look at your knee properly. So I need to work out if I've got any shorts, because it's not really something that I wear, so I might have to ask one of my sisters if they've got any that I can borrow. So yeah, I mean, like, we haven't obviously made any real progress with that appointment, in that, you know, nothing has changed with my knee, but it's good that he wants to kind of see me and he wants to have a look at my knee properly. And he said, you know, he said physio doesn't necessarily just mean moving your leg. There's lots of different things that we can look at doing. And he also suggested chasing my GP up about referring me back to the pain clinic for my leg, because he said they've got like other stuff that they could probably offer as well. So that's good. And yeah, then I just managed to get out of my appointment just as like Lisa was going to pick Noah up, so I managed to get to say goodbye to him, which was good. He was so funny when he came in from preschool. He came into the lounge and I said to him, oh, do you like our Christmas tree? And he said, yeah, I do. And then he said, but Jenny, your Christmas tree's broken. So I was like, oh, what do you mean? He said, it's broken. So I said, why is our Christmas tree broken? And he was like, it hasn't got any lights or decorations. And I was like, oh, that's okay, then we can sort that. I just love the stuff he comes out with. He's got a Christmas party at preschool tomorrow, and we were like, I was sitting with him while he started having his dinner, and I said, oh, are you looking forward to your Christmas party tomorrow? And he said yes. And I said, oh, do you think you're going to do some dancing? And he like looked at me like dead straight, like face and everything, and he was just like, no, Jenny. As if like, why would you do dancing at a Christmas party? So I was like, oh, what do you do at a party then? And he was like, will you eat cake and jelly? And I was like, I feel like he's going to be disappointed, because I don't think they're going to be doing either of those things. But yeah, no, it was nice to spend a bit of time with him. And now I am going to have a rest on the sofa because I'm tired. I will just open my tea advent calendar though before I fall asleep. Okay, just had to double check what the date was. I have to do that every day because I have no idea what date it is anymore. It is the 15th. So have we got a number 15? Yes, we do. Oh gosh, these are not very easy to open with one hand. Here we go. So today's tea is lemongrass and ginger, an uplifting lemony zing with a gingery rush, which sounds very nice. I mean, basically it's lemon and ginger, which actually is one of my favourite types of tea. I just find it really warming, so I'll be interested to see whether that's kind of similar or whether it's any different. And then it says, herbs to bring a little Christmas zing to your day, a lemony kick to stir your soul. So there we go. This is slightly scaring me because there's a lot of empty spaces, which means we're getting closer to Christmas and I am not ready. Good morning. I don't know whether a black jumper was the greatest thing to wear because it's making the camera go a bit funny, but It's got a big gingerbread man on it, which is quite cute. Yeah, it's Wednesday today. I think I had a bit of a mini breakdown last night. I don't know, so we send a Christmas letter out to some of the people we send Christmas cards to every year, like one of them round robin things, and I usually write it, and I was writing it yesterday evening, and I don't know, my brain just felt like it was going to burst, and I don't know, I wrote about it on my personal Facebook, and I just said I feel like I've just hit a wall of just like feeling like I can't do this anymore. I feel a bit better this morning, but I don't know, I think sometimes just all of the news about COVID and everything else, and it's just like constant, isn't it? And sometimes I just get to a point where I'm like, I can't take anything else in, and can't see a light at the end of the tunnel with that, but also just with like my personal situation as well, and that's just where I got to last night. I think I was a bit emotional as well because so when our doctor's surgery is one of the first in the country to start giving out the COVID vaccines, and a few pictures have been posted and stuff, and one of them was a sign for like where the vaccine's going to be done, and then it had a rainbow over the top of it, and I don't know, it just made me feel really emotional because I mean, hopefully, you know, the vaccine will give us some hope that things can start to go back to normal at some point. And I don't know, just seeing that picture of like the vaccine sign with a rainbow over the top, which kind of, for me, a rainbow kind of makes me think of kind of hope and seeing something positive after a storm. It was just really poignant, and that really got to me, and I think it just, I don't know, it just made it kind of sink in almost, kind of what a year it has been for everybody. And I don't know, I think because for me anyway, you spend so much time just literally trying to survive and trying to get through it that you don't necessarily reflect on it that much. And I think just seeing that picture kind of made me reflect on it a little bit and made me think about what a big thing this is, what a big step this is, and that there's so much hope, and yeah, so much hope that, you know, this might be a step towards getting back to normal again. And it just made me feel really emotional, and I think that then just made me find it harder to kind of take on anything else into my brain at the moment. I don't know, there just seems to be a lot at the moment, and I think because it's Christmas as well, and it's not a normal Christmas, and I suppose because Christmas is often about family, especially for us it's about family, and it's just a reminder that we can't necessarily be together in the way that we want to, and that, you know, we've got people missing. And I don't know, I think last night I was exhausted, and it just kind of, yeah, it just hits you sometimes, doesn't it? But I'm doing all right this morning. Sometimes I think you just need to get it all out and decompress a bit and then start again. So yeah, that was my evening last night. We've got Noah today. He went into preschool for a short while this morning because they were having their little Christmas party, so that he doesn't normally go on a Wednesday, but he went in for a bit just so that he could join in and enjoy it, and I think he did. I haven't had a chance to speak to him yet because he's gone down for a nap now. We didn't really see the point in trying to give him lunch when he got home because it would have been quite an early lunch anyway, but also they were given some food at the party, so we decided to put him down for a nap, and then we're going to do a late lunch because hopefully by then he might be a bit more hungry. So yeah, I'm just getting on with, I've promoted a weekly vlog. I'm just putting up the video that I finished editing yesterday, and then if I've got time I need to start editing another weekly vlog. So that's the plan. And then this afternoon after lunch we want to do a little bit of crafty stuff with Noah, so we want to try and make some Christmas cards with him, so that we've got some little Christmas cards that he can give like to his mum and dad and other family members as well. So we've been like looking on Pinterest and we've got some ideas, Just depends whether he wants to play ball or not, so I will let you know how that goes. But for now I'm going to get on with this while Noah's sleeping and then have a bit of lunch. So I have got a reasonable amount done this morning. We've now just come in to wake little Noah up, but I don't think he wants to get out of bed. What would you like for your lunch, Noah? He's being very quiet. I wonder if the tickle monster could get him. Tickle, tickle. Do you want to come down and see the Christmas tree? What is this under your duvet? It's all lumpy. Why have you got a big lump under your duvet? Is that your treasure? Shall I have a look? Stand up. Let's have a look. Oh! Oh! It's a light changing, colour changing thing, apart from I think the battery might have gone, Noah. Oh no, it does still light up a bit, you just can't see it very well because it's too light. Would you like your, would you like your treasure, Noah? Look, Nanny's coming now as well to wake you up.
You've just missed an elf at the door.
There was an elf at the door. Do you want me to show you it on Jenny's phone?
What, the elf?
Yeah, come and sit up then and I'll show you.
Did you film her?
Well no, it'll be on the doorbell.
Well, hang on, once you get to the other side of the road, you might see her.
Well, I can show you on my phone if you want. You want to see the elf on Jenny's phone? Yeah, you're going to have to sit up then because I can't show you over there. Are you stuck? That's it, hold my hand. Oh, try again. Oh, well done. Now, did you have a nice party?
Yeah.
Did you? What did you do? Oh my goodness. What did you do at your party?
Had some sausages, but I don't like cucumber.
You had sausages but you don't like cucumber?
No.
Okay.
I don't like cucumber.
That's alright. Don't
No.
worry. Noah? Noah, who can you see outside?
Someone dressed up as a naughty elf.
A naughty elf?
Well,
Why is she a naughty elf and not a nice elf?
I like these bonbons.
What do you think the elf's doing?
Giving cards.
You see her funny shoes?
She's got one red one and one green one.
Do you want some funny shoes like that?
No.
Oh, she's gone.
Oh, say bye-bye, Elf. Do you think she's gone back to help Father Christmas?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
She's having a day off tomorrow.
Oh, it's tiring work being one of Father Christmas's elves. So we have had our lunch and we're now doing some Christmas cards with Noah. He's currently just writing in them first because we're going to be using paint, and so I want to get him writing in them before we actually put the paint on. But we're going to be doing, I don't know if this is going to show up, some little snowman footprints, hopefully. that's the idea. We're going to see how it goes. But you're just doing some writing, aren't you, for your cards? That's what we're going to make, isn't it? The snowman. We've got to paint your little tootsies.
Paint my little footsies.
Your little footsies. Your little tootsie footsies.
What's little tootsie footsies?
Your feet. We're going to paint your feet.
Oh.
So you need to write Happy Christmas in these cards and maybe draw some nice Christmassy things. Do you think you can do that?
I'm sure Jane will help you know with the stuff.
He's doing lots of nice drawing. What are you drawing at the moment? What's this that you've drawn?
What?
You've done some writing.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Half for Noah.
Are you writing your name? Oh, that's lovely. Well done. Who's this card for?
For my mummy and daddy.
This is going to be Mummy and Daddy's one, is it? Okay. You tell me when you finish this one, and then we'll do the next one.
Well, I don't like to do lots.
You don't like to do lots. You're just very select, are you?
This one.
Oh, but the thing is, I thought we were going to do some cards for Nana and Popsy and Nanny and Grandpa. What do you think? Should we maybe finish that one and do the next one?
No.
This could go well.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's maybe do some up here. Wow, this is a lot of writing going on. Whoa, careful. I think maybe that one's got enough now because look at all that writing in there. So much writing. So that's number 1 for Mummy and Daddy. Now, should we make this one for Nana and Popsy? Do you think they'd like a snowman foot card?
I think they'd love that.
Do you think you can write your name in this one for Nana and Popsy? And they'll be so happy.
So happy.
Yeah.
You
I said that I think Nana and Popsy will be so happy if you do a nice card for them.
It isn't good. I can't say one thing. Say.
That's okay, that's very good writing. Wow. What are you writing this time? Goodness me. Doing so much writing, Nanny.
I can see. Such a busy boy.
What have you written here, Noah? What does it say?
Okay.
That's a beautiful masterpiece. That's that one. Now, what do you think about a blue one for Nanny and Grandpa?
And what is the other one for?
Oh, one's for Great Grandma.
What is the other B one for?
That's a good question. I might need to ask Nanny to remind me because I can't remember. So this one is for Nanny and Grandpa. So you're going to do some writing for Nanny and Grandpa.
I do rubber.
Go on then. Whoa! Do any more? Be careful because we don't want the pencil to go through the card onto the table. So do it a bit more gently. Is it going to be a bit tickly?
Yes, a bit tickly.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, yes, Nanny, it's a tickle.
Right, hang on. Sort of wipe it, that's it.
Yes,
What's that looking? Let's give it a try. So hang on, what do you need to do? That way.
No. Is that, which is the bottom?
Oh no, it's that way, isn't it? Right, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do a nice big footprint. Give it a big squidge, squidge, squidge. Get those little toesies. It's kind of a foot. So we want it that way up. Want a little bit more paint. I think if we just try and get some more on there and a little bit less on the toes. Is it disgusting, is it?
No, it does tickle.
Oh, is it tickly?
It does tickle, Nanny.
Sorry, darling.
Right, are you ready to do another one?
Ah.
Oh, it's on the chair. It's all over the chair, Noah.
Which one's washing paint? Oh, it's on the other foot.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, right.
It's so messy. Right. No. Hang on. Nanny, can you help?
Hello? Yes, hang on a minute. We're having a paint issue.
Is that my mummy?
No, it's not your
it's
mummy.
Rosie.
Right, jump up. Rose, she can't speak at the moment. You can stand on this one. Stand on it. Keep foot on it. There. Right, don't move. And up. Woo! Look at your feet. Right, are you ready for the last one?
Why am I
I don't know, darling. You're very
That's
sensitive.
tickly foot.
Yes, does tickle.
Does it tickle you? Are you ready? Ready, and foot down. Oh, that's it. And up. Oh, look at that foot.
I've still got this.
You still got what?
Still got white things on.
Oh yeah, we have to clean it off, don't we? Is Nanny washing your foot?
Nanny.
I need to have a look and see if it's clean. I can't see. I think it's clean. We might need to sit you back up on the chair and then we can dry it. Okay, Jenny?
Yeah, you're going to sit back up on the chair now.
Put this one in.
No. You don't need to wash that one.
No. It's not bath night.
Just the painty one.
It is bath.
Well, it might be bath night, but you can have your bath at
I'll
home.
get a towel.
You got a wet foot?
Yeah, I go back in.
No, don't go back in.
Oh. I want to go. Yeah.
Nanny's going to dry it.
Who
Does Nanny do good foot baths?
sit back in?
Oh, you get kisses on your feet.
Huh?
Good morning. Sorry the light isn't brilliant in here because we've turned all the lights off mainly, but yes, it's Thursday. Yesterday, sorry I didn't really film after we were doing the Christmas cards with Noah. When he went home I was absolutely shattered, so I fell asleep on the sofa for quite a while. And then my mum helped me to have a shower and get my hair washed. And yeah, I was even more exhausted after that. The Christmas cards went well, so he's done the white footprints, and now that they're dry, hopefully later on today, I'm going to try and turn them into snowmen, so fingers crossed that works. He had a lot more fun doing it than I thought, actually. He never really used to enjoy like having his hands or feet painted or anything like that. But he seemed to really enjoy it this time, which was good fun. So I'm glad he enjoyed that, and he did a bit of like writing in each card, and he seemed to really like doing it, so that was a success. This morning my mum and I are going to a local garden centre. I think we're going to go and have a bit of lunch there and just have a little look around the sort of Christmassy bits, because it's what we do most years and it's one of the things we can still do this year. I've got my mask and everything, and we're hoping that as it's a weekday it won't be as busy as it would on a weekend, but we're going to see what it's like when we get there and then kind of make a decision. But yeah, we're going to head off and I will try and take you around with us.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little present shop, when the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on. We forgot what you came for, and in the coffee shop just next door, we talked for hours on end, and somehow we knew that we'd found something true, and that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on, from this Christmas
absolutely shattered. I've also got a really bad like acid pain. I've had it since I woke up this morning and it just hasn't gone away, but it's like all the way down my chest and into my tummy, which is not very pleasant. But yeah, we had a nice look around the garden centre. There was Christmassy stuff there and it did feel quite Christmassy, but I guess because they've had to space stuff out a bit more, it didn't feel quite like it normally does. Usually they have like a big display of like all the little like miniature houses and things that kind of move around, and they had a much like smaller one of those. But it was nice, I think, just seeing like all the different Christmassy decorations and the trees and the lights and everything, and it did make me feel quite festive, so that was nice. And we had our lunch in the cafe, and we're very happy because they had a butternut squash risotto, which we'd had ages ago, and we've always wondered if they'd get it back again because we really liked it, and today they had it, so that was really good timing. And it was really delicious, so that was good. On the way back, my mum popped into the post office, and then we popped like via one of the ladies that's in the mental health group. Basically, most years we do a Secret Santa with some of the people in the mental health group, and we wanted to do it this year. So one of the ladies that's doing it said that she would leave a box in her garage, which was going to be open, and then people could go and drop around their Secret Santa present and then pick up theirs if it was there, or go back and pick it up later. So I went round and dropped my Secret Santa present off and some cards, and luckily my present was there, so we were able to pick it up as well. So yeah, we did that, and now we're home, and I'm done. I've got no energy left, so I'm gonna have a rest now. I do need to sort out the cards that we did with Noah yesterday, because at the moment they look like this and I need to turn them into snowmen, but I'm going to do that after I've had a rest. And I'd also like to try and write some more Christmas cards this evening, but yeah, I need to refuel my energy first because I haven't got enough. We've now got lights on our tree, as you can hopefully see. Well, I'm sure you can. We haven't got decorations yet, but it's looking a lot more festive, which is nice. We've also got lights like all around the room as well, so it looks lovely. But yes, I'm going to open my tea advent calendar because I forgot to do it yesterday, so I'm going to do that before I forget, and then I'm going to have a rest. Right, so I need to do 16 first, which possibly, yep, I've got it down here. So number 16 is relax, which I feel like I need at the moment. A deeply soothing fusion of chamomile, fennel and marshmallow root, which sounds rather nice. I love chamomile tea. Haven't had it with those things in it, so that will be interesting to try. And it says, find a quiet moment, let marshmallow root and chamomile flowers be your gentle balm. So that was yesterday's, and then I think 17 is around here, which is another one of my absolute favourites from Packer. Ooh, can't get into it. So this one is chamomile, vanilla and manuka honey, which, as I said, is one of my absolute favourites of theirs. And it says, a blissful dip in a pool of calm. And then underneath it says, dusky vanilla infused chamomile, sweet manuka to bring a smile. Thursday, Friday. I feel a bit like thrown off this morning. I think it's just because things have happened in different times to what I thought they were going to happen. So I didn't get up particularly early and I'm feeling quite tired after yesterday. I was meant to have a phone call with my leg surgeon at 11:15, but at, I think it was about 9:30, my phone rang and it said no caller ID. So I answered it and it wasn't my surgeon, but it was a doctor from his team, and he said they were running early and could he speak to me now. So I was like, yeah, okay. It's not often that they run early, but there we go. I guess I was a little bit disappointed that it wasn't my surgeon, because even though like they have your like basic notes in front of you, they don't kind of know like the full like conversations that you've had and things like that. So yeah, it would have been really good if it had been my surgeon, because he knew the background completely, and you know, we'd had a long conversation with him last time, but that's how it was. Sorry, I don't know why Freddie's barking. Yeah, so basically he asked how I was getting on. I told him that there'd been no change really, and he said that he had hoped that I would have been able to start my physio by now, and also that I'd have been able to be seen by the pain team, neither of which have really happened. I had my first physio session this week, which was just like a video call, so there wasn't much to be able to update him on. I think he said, I was getting a bit confused because I got confused about what he was saying, but I think what he said was that they had had a multidisciplinary team meeting and that they thought I should try the physio and pain clinic first before we did anything else. But I'm not sure. I don't think he was 100% sure, because I said, I asked him whether my surgeon had been able to speak to the knee specialists like he said he would, and he said he was going to ask him later today. So I'm not sure if everything has kind of translated through or not, which was a shame, because it would have been really useful to be able to actually speak to my surgeon and find out from him, because he was the one that was kind of going to do it. So yeah, that's kind of where things are really. He kind of just kept saying, he said, oh well no, that's not very good, that like my leg still isn't any better. He was like, you had your surgery a year ago and that's not good that it's still not well. And I was like, well yeah, that's the whole point. So yeah, I don't know, it wasn't, I don't know, I suppose that I had hoped that I would speak to my surgeon, he'd say he'd spoken to the knee team and that they would have a bit more of a plan of what to do, because my surgeon had been talking about putting me under an anaesthetic and having a look at my knee while I was asleep, and also taking out the screws that are down by my knee to see if that helps, but there was no mention of that, and I don't know whether that has been discussed and they've decided not that they shouldn't do that or what. So I still feel a little bit in the dark, because I didn't feel like I got the full story. He did say, because I haven't seen the pain team here and there doesn't seem to be any progress with that at all, he's going to refer me to the pain team up at UCLH, and I'll probably have to see them face to face for the first session and then probably move like to virtual meetings. So that might be useful, but I don't know. I think I just hope that there would be a bit more of a plan that they kind of thought would work, whereas this is just kind of like, well, we'll try the physio and the pain stuff to see if it works, and if it doesn't, then we'll have to think again. And I don't know, I suppose I don't feel massively positive about it working, because I've tried physio for so many months and I'm on quite a lot of painkillers and nothing is getting any better. So I don't know, I need to be open-minded, but I guess I just wanted a bit more of a quick fix, and that's not how things work. So yeah, that phone call's done. He did say he might ring me back. He was going to speak to my surgeon, and if anything else came up he'd ring me back. I haven't heard anything yet, so we'll see. So yeah, that threw me off a little bit, because I'd literally just got out of bed and then the phone rang, so I was a bit kind of like not quite with it, because I'd just woken up, but at least it kind of meant that I hadn't got time to start getting anxious, because I know if I'd got up then and then had to wait until like 11:15 or later, I would have probably got myself in a bit of a state, so it was good on that point. So yeah, I had my breakfast and I've just been getting up and ready. I'm just really struggling to get going with anything this morning. I think it's because I'm tired, and I find the more tired I am, the more I just like procrastinate and find it hard to get started with stuff. So I need to kind of try and focus. I was going to do some more editing today, but I need to write Christmas cards as well, and they're late already. The last posting date is today, and I don't think it's going to make it. But yeah, so I was going to do like Christmas cards at the weekend and then do editing today, and then I thought, why am I doing it that way around? Like, why don't I do the Christmas cards today, and then they can get in the post as quickly as possible, and then I can edit on Saturday and Sunday. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go downstairs, sit on the sofa, might put a Christmas film on, and write some Christmas cards. This evening I'm doing a group watch with my friend Lydia on Disney Plus, and we're going to watch Noel on Disney Plus, which is a Christmassy film, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I just want to really get on with my Christmas cards, try and get them finished, addressed, stamps on, so they can go in the post box. Afternoon. I have pretty much been sat here most of the day. Once I've spoken to you this morning, I came down here and started writing my Christmas cards and caught up on some Hollyoaks episodes. I've got quite a lot to catch up on because I just never seem to get around to watching it when it's on, so I thought I'd put that on. I did contemplate putting a Christmas film on, but to be honest, I just wanted something that I could have on in the background that I didn't want to sort of watch, you know, and concentrate on too much. So I just put some Hollyoaks on. I have actually got a Christmas jumper on today. It just looks like I've got a grey jumper, but it is a Primark. I can't see it very well because I'm sitting down, but it's got Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, and then it says, I love Christmas, says Pooh, almost as much as I love honey. But yeah, from up here it just looks like a grey jumper. Also, I am going to film in this position as often as I can for the next few weeks, because I just love the fact that you can see the Christmas tree in the background. I think it looks so nice. So yeah, wrote some Christmas cards this morning. I'm getting on all right. I've still got some to do. Had some lunch, and I'm back here again now, and I'm going to carry on writing cards. I really need to go to sleep. I'm tired, but I think I might just have to power through and skip the sleep today and just try and carry on, because I just need to get these cards finished. And I have got my film with Lydia later on this evening, so I just want to get as much done as I can. Yeah, that's the plan. So put the telly back on again. It's quite nice actually. I like sitting and writing cards, just not when like we're running out of time and it's a bit of a like stress. Every year I say I'm going to get done sooner, and I just other stuff happens. I mean, to be honest, the biggest thing that has put me back is organising the Christmas light trail for the community, and you know, I'm fine with that because I wanted to do it and it's a nice thing to have done for, like, you know, everybody to enjoy. But that took so much of my time and energy that it just really put me back. So, you know, I can't, I'm trying not to blame myself for it, but I think if I do the Christmas light trail again next year, which I would quite like to do if it's successful. It seems to be successful so far, getting good reports about it. But I think if I want to do it again next year, I need to start writing my Christmas cards a lot earlier, so that I haven't got that to worry about when I'm trying to organise the Christmas trail, or organise the Christmas trail earlier. But I don't think that's going to work because, like, you know, people keep coming in until like near the deadline. So I think, I just need to try and be a little bit more organised next year, but there we go. Anyway, I'm going to get on with writing some more cards, watching a bit of TV, and it's just a bit of a cosy day today, which is good because it's been a miserable day outside, so I've quite enjoyed being snuggled under a blanket writing Christmas cards. Good evening. So I have been continuing to write cards. I'm nearly finished, but it's time for me and Lydia to watch Noel on Disney Plus. We're just trying to figure out this group watch thing. So I have set it up. I sent Lydia a link and she's trying to join, but we're not having a huge amount of luck at the moment. So yeah, fingers crossed we can work out getting it to work. Right, well that wasn't massively easy. For some reason the link that I sent Lydia didn't work. It just kept saying it was unavailable. She sent me one and I had to do it through the app on my phone. I think she was trying to do it on her laptop, and it's worked, and I've now transferred it to the TV and I seem to be joined, which is good. Let's just see what she's saying. She's asking if it's working, so let's see if we can get this going. Right, so after a lot of toing and froing, we've got it working. So I've got it on the TV here, and then I've also got it playing on my phone. I don't know if I have to keep it on my phone. Like, so if I want to do emojis now, I can press like this one and it will show up on here, but it will also show up on the big screen as well. We finished the film and it was worth all of the stress of trying to set it up. I really enjoyed it, and it was kind of nice just knowing that I was watching it at exactly the same time as a friend. I think it would be really good if Disney Plus Group Watch had like a chat feature on it, although we just chatted like through WhatsApp. But yeah, it was really, really good. I just thought I'd open my calendar before I fall asleep. So today is the 18th, which is, gotta be on here, yes. Ooh. We've got licorice and cinnamon. I'm intrigued as to whether I will like this, because I'm not a huge cinnamon fan. Like, I can cope with a little bit, but like not too much. And I'm not a massive fan of licorice tea, so we'll see what this one's like. But it says a deliciously exotic blend of cocoa, cinnamon and licorice. So yeah, I'm intrigued. And then it says cinnamon and, oh, is it cacao, I think, actually. Oh no, that one is cocoa, that one is cacao. Cinnamon and cacao, sweeter still with licorice. No more heavenly brew than this. Good morning. I was up relatively early, for me anyway, this morning. I didn't feel particularly well at all this morning. I've just had really bad digestive issues. Just really, really bad pain in my stomach, and I find when I get pain in my stomach it makes me feel sick and it makes me feel like I'm going to faint, which isn't much fun. And it was really not good timing, because basically I'm part of a church, and usually at Christmas, on Christmas Eve, there's a big call it a crib service. It's like a nativity service. Most years I'm part of it. I'm an angel, have been for the last I don't know how many years. They do 3 services because it's so popular and they can't fit enough people into one service, so they do 3 services on Christmas Eve, but this year we can't do that because of COVID and not being able to have that amount of people in the church. So this year we've got a new vicar as well, and we are going to do a virtual service kind of thing. He's basically written a script about the nativity, but like what it would be like if it happened here in like the modern day, and they needed a like news reporter. So my dad asked if I would do it. My dad's doing a lot of like the filming and editing and stuff, so I said yes. So this morning we went over to the vicarage and filmed like outside, didn't go inside or anything because obviously not allowed. But yeah, we filmed outside because I had a part to do where I was interviewing Mary. So we filmed that this morning, and then I've come back and I'm just doing some editing. And then this afternoon there's another bit that we need to film outside one of the local pubs. So we're going to go out and do that in a little while. I think I'm going to do that first and then have a late lunch, because yeah, my stomach hasn't been great this morning and I don't want to kind of eat again and then to be unwell again. So I think I'm going to do it that way around. Good evening. just been having a little bit of a cry. If you're in the UK, you will have probably heard Boris's announcement today, changing the tiers so that there's now a tier 4, and also changing the rules for Christmas. And I don't know, I feel really sad about it, and I don't know what, like, I don't just feel sad for me, I feel sad for everybody, and just everybody's plans that have been changed again because of COVID. You know, I don't necessarily disagree with why they have to do it, because, you know, COVID is spreading more. There's this new strain which seems to be more contagious, and at the end of the day, this is to save lives, and, you know, I do support that. I don't necessarily support the government, but we're not going to go into that. But, you know, I think obviously it's important to, you know, save lives, and as a vulnerable person I understand that more perhaps than most, or not most, but, you know, more than people who aren't vulnerable. It's just sad, isn't it? I think it's just the situation. It's not, I don't know, it's just crap. I don't know what else to say about it, and I just think this year it's just been awful. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so our original plans were that we were going to see, so David and Emma and Maisie were going to come here on Christmas Day, and then they were going to go and see Emma's parents on Boxing Day. We weren't going to see anybody else because obviously you can only have 3 people in the bubble, so we would have just seen them. And Richard and Lisa were meant to be going to Devon with Lisa's parents, but now that's all changed, because both Lisa's parents and Emma's parents live in tier 4. They're not allowed to mix with anybody anyway, and David and Emma kind of felt like it's kind of not, I don't know if fair is the right word, but it's just like, you know, they didn't think it was right that they still came to us on Christmas Day, but then couldn't do something with Emma's parents another day, so they have decided that they're going to just stay at home. So I don't know, I feel guilty in a way about being sad, because in reality it's not going to affect me like that much. You know, yes, we won't be able to have David, Emma and Maisie here on Christmas Day, which I am really sad about because I was looking forward to being with them. But, you know, I live with family. I've got my mum and my dad, and I've got my 2 sisters who I will still be able to spend Christmas with. I feel like I don't necessarily have the right to feel that sad, but I don't know, I think it's just plans changing that I struggle with, and things being different, and that little glimmer of like something to look forward to has now maybe been taken away. And I don't know, it's just, I suppose because Christmas has always been about family for us, and for so many other people it's just going to be hard, isn't it, not necessarily being able to see the people that you want to see. But I'm just trying to think of the bigger picture and just think, you know what, this Christmas we'll just have to make do and do what we can, so that hopefully by next Christmas we can see family and have, you know, a bigger celebration and have our family still with us. But I think it's okay to be sad no matter what situation you're in, because it's going to affect everybody in some way or another. And I just think because of the year we've had, and it's just been constant, you know, one thing after another, there's only so much you can take. And for me, I just feel like I'm hanging by a thread, and every little thing, it's just like cuts away that thread a little bit more. And this one was just, I don't know, I think it was just another thing that I was just like, I just can't cope with this anymore. So I had a bit of a cry. Good afternoon. Sorry the light isn't great here, but I'm comfy. Yeah, this morning's been a bit of a write-off, to be honest. Had really bad trouble with my digestive problems again. just been doubled over in pain and like retching because I feel so sick, feeling like I'm going to faint, and it's just been horrific, to be honest. My mum just said to me, she was like, you need to speak to the doctor, and I kind of said the same thing to her. I've been putting it off for so long because I don't know, I think because I've already got like digestive problems and I've got a diagnosis for them, it's kind of hard to know like when to go to a doctor about stuff. It's like, is this a flare-up, is this just how it's progressing, like, you know, do I bother them and go through more stress of trying to like get answers when there might not be any and stuff. But it's been going on for so long now and it's not getting any better. If anything, it's getting worse. I have tried changing the food I eat for breakfast. I just don't know what else to do, and it's just, like I said, it's taking up like half a day of just, you know, I'll eat my breakfast and then I'm just absolutely like in agony for hours, and like, you know, that can't be normal. So I don't think there's much point in trying to get anything before Christmas now, but I think once Christmas is out of the way, I will just do an e-consult and say what the symptoms are, say how long they've been going on, and just see if there's anything that they can do. Because yeah, I just want my life back a little bit. I mean, not that I had much of a life before, but this is just taking it away even more. So yeah, not what I had planned for this morning at all. We are meeting up with Richard, Lisa and Noah. Because we are in tier 2 at the moment, we're able to meet up with actually both Richard, Lisa and Noah, and David, Emma and Maisie, because they're both in tier 2 as well. We can meet up with them outside with the rule of 6 and everything. You're not allowed to like meet up across tiers and things like that, but for us that doesn't affect us. The only thing it does affect is, well, I say it affects it, my grandma is in tier 4, but you can still travel to a tier 4 person if you're like their main carer, looking after a vulnerable person, needing to take them to medical appointments, that kind of thing. So my dad can still do that because, well, there's no way we could leave her on her own. She's she's 94, 95? No, how old is she? 94, I think. My brain's gone. Anyway, she's in her 90s and she needs care. I mean, she does have carers coming in once a day, but she relies hugely on my dad for taking her to her like regular medical appointments every week, getting her shopping, just doing bits for her that she needs doing in the house and stuff. So he will still be going to her. So yeah, we're meeting up with Richard, Lisa and Noah this evening to do some of the Christmas light trail that I've organised for like our little community. So we've got a map and I think we're just going to go and look at a few of the Christmassy houses and yeah, just do something Christmassy now that we can't really do much else.
In the quiet evening, snow is falling, and from every window shines a light. Somewhere in the distance, drums are calling, but no one heeds their call tonight. Again ring true. streets of my old hometown. I hear sleigh bells ringing in the air. There are Christmas decorations all around. Tonight love and peace are everywhere. Christmas, oh Christmas, how we long for you. Christmas, oh Christmas.
We had a lovely time having a walk with Richard, Lisa and Noah. There's so many lights this year. I think people have just decided to go all out because it's been such a rubbish year. We kind of followed the trail, like we picked a part of the town that was kind of, it had quite a few lights like on the trail, and so we kind of followed that a bit. We went to one house, which they do it every year. They have like a massive display with music and like light shows and snow and everything like that, which Noah was just absolutely mesmerised by. He just loved it. He thought it was brilliant. And for some reason, I got really teary-eyed just watching his reaction. I don't know, you obviously know you're getting old when you start getting emotional watching a little one's reaction to Christmas lights. But it just, I don't know, it just really got me. And I guess it made me think that however awful and crap and rubbish this year has been, like sometimes it's just like the simple things that can bring magic to somebody. And I don't know, just seeing his little like innocent face, and you know, he doesn't really know what's going on in the world that much. You know, he knows things are a bit strange and a bit different, but I think just watching his reaction to some Christmas lights and seeing the magic in his face and how much he just enjoyed them and stuff, I think it just really got to me and made me kind of think, like, you know what, it's that kind of stuff that's important. And just finding like little magical moments and things like that. And I feel so grateful that we can go for a walk with them, because I know not everybody can, and I feel guilty for showing it in some respects, because I know there's so many people who can't even see family at all. So I do just want to express how grateful I am that we're in tier 2 and that we can at least do that. But yeah, it was lovely, blooming cold but lovely. So just trying to warm up now. I thought I'd just do my advent calendar because I didn't do it yesterday. I just didn't feel like doing it yesterday, to be quite honest. I felt rubbish. So yeah, I thought I'd do that and then I'll probably sign off. Okay, so I need to do number 19, which is up here. Never seen this one before. It is called Tulsi Clarity. Organic, a sacred blend, flowering with vibrant clarity. I mean, that doesn't really tell me much. Yeah, no idea. Let's see what it says up here. For when all is frantic, let sacred herbs bring clarity to your Christmas. So that was number 19, and then number 20 is down here. Oh. Alright, Alfie. And number 20 is 3 chamomile, which is a good old favourite. I do love chamomile tea. It's just so relaxing. It says a soothing floral fusion of African, Egyptian and European chamomile. Didn't know there were so many different ones. And then on here it says, sit back on a bed of flowers. Chamomile will help the hours gently flow. And there we go. I think I will probably end the vlog here because we've just got dinner cooking, so we'll have some dinner and then I'm going to finish addressing my cards, hopefully. Possibly watch something nice on TV and just have a chilled out Sunday evening. I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. If you have and you'd like to see more from me, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the notification bell. That means you'll get notified every time I upload a video so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing at the moment, what your Christmas has been like. yeah, just how you are, basically. Let me know how you're getting on, and also let me know if there's any particular videos you'd like to see me film in the new year, because I need to start doing some planning. So it'd be good to know what you'd like to see. Also, come and follow me on social media. My links are in the description below, but I'll put my Instagram and Twitter up here. Those are the 2 platforms that I'm mainly on, so come over and say hello, and I will do my best to reply to you as soon as I can. I hope that you have had an okay Christmas this year. I guess this probably will go up after Christmas now, but I hope it's been as good as it possibly can this year, and that, fingers crossed, 2021 will be so much better. So yeah, take care. Bye.